Hey, Josh Koerner here. Today I'm going to be telling you how to take more professional pictures with your phone. Stay tuned. So the first concept that I really want to bring to you guys is the idea of framing. And so in terms of what looks good compositionally, there's a compositional rule called the rule of thirds. And of course, like all rules, it's meant to be broken once you've mastered it. And so what the rule of thirds is if you divide the screen into 3 parts, top to bottom and side to side, at those intersection points around the center, so those 4 outside corners of the box, those are really where you should be trying to put your subject for it to be the most visually pleasing. Say I want a picture of this bowl with the green foliage in it. I can line up my photo just like this, with the phone up and down, and with the paying attention to framing with it on this lower third. But that's kind of a boring photo. It doesn't really tell me anything interesting. It doesn't. All of these horizontal lines kind of keep my eyes segmented. You know, where am I supposed to look? What's the real subject that I'm looking at? There's all these up on a third, these are on a third, this is on a third, this is on a third. I could be trying to highlight anything. Instead, what I want you to think about is moving your camera. In this image, what's happening is the leading line of this frame leads into the bowls, and the bowls lead into the bowl with the foliage. The line of this picture frame kind of draws the eye along here, and then the books push the eye back up. The books up here, I can kind of frame out, and then that actually increases the movement of the eye through the frame. So you're getting a movement of the eye through the frame this way, as well as this way. This is also on a third, so that your eye is naturally drawn there, and your audience's eye, more importantly, is naturally drawn there. So that way you're gonna get a more professional looking image with your phone. And this is why I love using tripods, because you can get exactly the image that you want and make it really repeatable, such that you can get a really unique perspective. The other thing I'd really highly recommend doing is getting low to take your pictures. Just about everybody will stand straight up and hold their phone out and take the picture. And everybody's picture is going to look exactly the same when they do that. So if you get low instead, if you kind of get into the subject space a little bit and you do that same framing, that picture is going to look a lot better. You want to get low, and you want to get as close as you can in order to maximize the visual impact of your images. Another thing to think about in a situation like this in particular is using negative space. So while I'm getting this line and this line, really kind of focusing this camera as the subject, the other thing is that there's a whole lot of negative space up here, and that's really good because that negative space will also drive the eye into the space that you want it to be in. One of the other things you want to take into consideration is, what are you taking pictures of? Anybody can take, an interesting or a nifty picture, but only you can express the way that you're feeling about a subject through the camera. As you can see, I love Agatha Christie books. So whenever I want to kind of highlight the fact that, I'm having a really good time out at coffee reading my book, I'm gonna choose to highlight that book in a particular way. I want to make this picture make me look really hip and cool for reading an Agatha Christie. So I'm going to arrange around it a couple of items that can then kind of fall into place in that picture that kind of ties in with my identity, but also, makes me look a certain way to my Instagram audience. And by kind of putting all those elements together, the pictures that I'm taking with my phone will end up looking a lot more professional.